Hey everybody, my name's Matt Intringer and I'm the Executive Director of Street Sport KC, a nonprofit here in Kansas City that focuses on outreach to people experiencing homelessness. One of the things I've been trying to do is just really put a face and name on the housing crisis here in Kansas City and the homelessness crisis here in Kansas City. And today I want to introduce you to a guy that I've met several times over the last few weeks during my outreach. A guy named Red, who I really enjoy. One of the things, when I go out on Saturdays is I'm like, boy, I hope Red's here. Because he's just a guy that is always in a really great mood. He's also just really funny and just such a nice guy. And so I'm going to share an experience I had with him a few weeks ago on a very cold Saturday and just let you see a little bit about our interaction and just tell a little bit more about his story. So please enjoy this video here with Red. So I'm out at Washington Square Park on Saturday. It is absolutely freezing out. But I see my friend Red and walk over to the bench that he's always sitting at. Had a chance to talk with him and just ask him kind of how he was doing, what he was up to, and then went and grabbed him the usual stuff that I give him. He's basically the sole reason I keep double XL clothes. He's a large man. He's probably 6'2", 6'3", probably 240, 250, but just the absolute nicest guy that you'll meet. Just always have a great conversation with him. So give him what I have, give him some of the socks, underwear, shirt, other clothes, and just asking him, what he needs help with. You can see he's got the Sporting KC scarf on. He's got a jacket. He's actually held up pretty well for the winter. He's someone that sleeps outside, and so being prepared for the elements is just a really important part of his day-to-day survival. But gave him some gloves, and then just started honestly just more in talk with him, and that's one of the things I really enjoy about meeting with Red is he's just always a really nice guy and always a really fun guy to talk to and just really funny. So I happen to have another jacket. He was like, I could use another jacket. And so I said, great, this one's got a hood. It's about your size. A few things that might help you here. I've got sleeping bag, emergency sleeping bag, emergency blanket, emergency survival tent. Put those in the bag of goodies that I had gotten for him, along with 2 blankets, because we'd be trying to sleep outside and it's negative 20 wind chill. I mean, that no amount of blankets is probably going to keep you warm, but 2 is at least the right number to start at. Red told me that he had this really warm, bear fur blanket that he'd been having all winter, and somebody had literally just stolen it from him, which he was pretty, as you could imagine, probably pretty upset about. So being able to get him some blankets, get him a sleeping bag just for his outdoor stay is just incredibly important. And so had a chance to get him those, and then honestly just wanted to take a few minutes and talk with him and see how he's doing. I've met Red several times, over the last few weeks and months I've been doing this. The first time I actually met him, he thanked me for coming up to him because I think because of his size, he is, like I said, a big guy. He's 6'2", 6'3", 250. I think people tend to shy away, but he's just one of the nicest guys you'll meet, and I've developed a nice little friendship with him where, as soon as he sees my car pull up, I can see him smile and wave at me, and he's usually my first stop on Saturdays when I get to the park, because he's kind of a staple there. He sits on the bench and waits for the bus to take him to church. By going out and meeting some of the same people multiple times, you really start to develop trust, which is important because I think a lot of people out on the streets are used to, not having anybody to kind of have their back, and it can be tough to survive out there if you don't have friends, you don't have family, and you're just kind of out there by yourself. And so being able to build trust with Red and just slowly getting to know him more and more has been really rewarding for me. So I finished up my conversation with Red, asked him if he needed anything else. He said he was all good. So said I was going to take off and I'd see him again in 2 weeks, and just to stay warm. All right, well, that was my experience with with Red. Just really nice guy. Just really enjoyed talking with him and just really getting to know him over the last several weeks, even months that I've been doing this. He's at the park almost every Saturday, just waiting for a van that will come and take him to church. And I always try and coincide my time with showing up with when I know he's going to be there, because he's just a guy that makes it easy to want to help people experiencing homelessness. Like, if that makes sense, he's just a really nice guy, a guy that has zero entitlement towards anything, a guy that is just trying to make the best of life no matter what kind of comes his way. And so, doing a lot of outreach and seeing a lot of different people experiencing homelessness, it can be just, quite frankly, kind of a bummer. Like, it's not a fun thing to engross yourself in every single day, because it can take a lot to make a difference. But with some of the people that I meet, you learn a little goes a long way, and Red's always that way, where if I have just even a handful of things, he's just the most grateful guy and just a really nice guy, and a guy that just needs a little bit of help, but also a guy that wants to do things on his own. He never takes more than he needs to. He always wants to make sure and is always looking out for other, and just a really good representation of what I feel that people in Kansas City should be, right? Always looking out for each other, looking out for community. Even if you've got it bad, there's someone that has it worse. And Red's a guy that's just very generous and just really funny, and a guy I just really enjoy talking to. So I really hope you enjoyed the story today. He's a guy that will probably be featured on here more times, just because he's a guy that I run into a lot and just always have really good conversations with. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll also do a plug. We've got an event coming up on April 6th where we'll be giving out blankets, sleeping bags, food, clothing, other items like that near the downtown library on that Saturday morning. And people like Red are the people that we help. And so if you're interested in giving back, if you're interested in ordering something off our wish list, just follow this link below, and even just what may seem like small contributions really end up going a long way. So if you'd be willing to help us out with that would be amazing. But otherwise, I hope you keep tuning in and learning more about the people that we're able to help, and just appreciate your time today. So until next time, we'll see you later.